What up, guys? Welcome to episode 46 of Fresh Off the Mats, here with the Jiu-Jitsu Joes.
That's sweat.
What's up? Huh?
Is that sweat?
That's sweat.
Oh, okay.
It was a good practice today.
It was.
Today was one of those days where it was like...
Yesterday I was fucking
And
beat.
I started off so sluggish today. Like,
Same.
my first roll was like...
Bro, just waking up for me this morning was tough. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was. I saw it was a different moon on Monday. I know this.
What the fuck does that mean?
Bro,
Are you a moon guy? Don't tell me you're a moon guy,
What's a
dude.
moon guy?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mars is in retrograde and the moon is rising.
No.
Yes, you are. I could tell.
I'm not.
Oh.
But everyone I've talked to has said that they've been slow rising this week. The only thing that's been different is a different type of moon.
Everyone has been slow rising.
Like my clients and stuff, they all said it's just been a rough week, and it's only Wednesday.
Bro. Nothing like good old hump day. Speaking of hump, this fucking knot in my back, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
It keeps like tightening up, and I'm using the massage gun and rolling it out. It's loosening up. It'll be fine in like a day or two, but it just
That sucks.
Bro. It's the same spot. It's the same knot every single time.
I was out at clients yesterday, right? And I went to go take a seat, and I'm watching them work their dog, so I didn't look like completely around the corner. I didn't see that they had a glass table sitting there, so obviously like it's glass, so I saw it right through it. And when I sat down, bro, and I just leaned back, dude, my back just went straight to the corner. I was like, oh god,
Into
dude,
the glass? Into the
man,
glass?
yeah, like the corner of it, like this, it's like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Straight into my spine. I was like, oh, and it like stopped my. Ever hit your spine so bad it stopped your breathing?
You're like, am I paralyzed?
I was like, oh,
Am I alive? Am I
bro.
good?
They hit these two elderly clients too. They looked at me and they were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I hit the table. I can't breathe real quick. Hold up, it's coming." I was like, "My body's adjusted," and then it loosened, but it's still like it's like hurting. And I'm like, "Fuck, man!" Like,
Damn, bro, the body is such a crazy, delicate thing. Like people,
it's
are
able to
like,
withstand so much, but then it bitches out over
it
random shit.
withstands so. Think about it. You could do like all the jiu-jitsu, you could do all the weightlifting, you could do all the like marathon running, but you catch your pinky toe on the corner of the table, and it's like
That's the worst pain ever.
That's
bro.
the worst.
That shit feels broken every single time.
Oh
too.
my god, when you catch your pinky, the pinky toe is such a fucked up design. It's like this little thing that just, as soon as you clip it, oh my god,
Done.
instant pain. That will bring a grown ass, that will bring Ronnie Coleman to his
Don't
knees.
bring anyone down.
Yeah.
Bro. I don't give a shit. Fuck that.
Dude, pinky
You
toes
sit,
are...
you sit there and just clack. Ah!
Is the pinky toe really useful, or is that old wives' tale where they say that, oh, it's in charge of balance? Like, is it really that
with
important?
Your big toe is more important for
Your
it,
big
but
toe's more important than the pinky toe?
It's helpful.
Okay. But you could live without your pinky toe, right? Like, you could do, like, you're not going to collapse over or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Especially in today's world.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I'm just curious. I don't know if it was an old wives' tale where they're like, ooh, if you lose it, you're never going to have balance again.
No. I mean, it might affect it for a bit, but you can learn. There are people who learn how to balance with one leg. I'm sure you can figure out how to do it with a
I
pinky toe
know. I'm
missing.
just saying, like,
No, that's what I mean.
I've heard people say that before, and it's always like, is that true?
I also hear people say stay away from carbs because carbs are bad. for
Oh
you.
my God.
So-
If you're one of those nutritionists out there, listen, this is the man that I send everybody to when it comes to nutrition and like fitness stuff, because he knows a fuck ton more than I do. But even I know that carbs are not evil. So when I see these people out there, these like inspirational fitness models, and they're like, stay away from carbs. Carbs are the enemy, blah, 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 blah. Shut your fucking mouth, bro. Shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
Stupid.
You're fucking dumb, dude.
Like, there are certain people that are carb sensitive, and this is like,
But that's knowing your body.
yeah, that's knowing your body, and that's where I work with a lot of clients for, and when I work with them, it takes a process to figure out. First, I need to see you track your food naturally, and then like for me, well, like I can tell you, if I eat red meat 3 days in a row, I'll get bloated by the fourth.
Yeah.
And so that's something I know. Red meat's not bad for me. I can eat red meat continuously.
I don't think there's anything wrong with red meat
But
at all.
for me, on day 4, if I continue eating red meat and don't give myself a break, like go eat fish or chicken or something like that.
But that's
I
anything,
bloat.
dude.
Exactly.
If you eat ice cream 3 days in a row, you're gonna feel different. Anything that you eat in excess, because it's all about moderation. Anything you eat in excess 3 days in a row is gonna. If you ate a tub of M&Ms 3 days in a row, you're not gonna feel well.
No, you'll feel.
Yeah.
And I've done that.
If you eat broccoli, if you eat a fuck ton of broccoli 3 days in a row, you're gonna be gassing up the room. Like that's your body's reaction to like, hey, this is too
But
much
that's when
right
people
now.
look at it, and it's like the same thing where they're like my favorite is when people are against red meat right now. They're against high protein diets, and they're just like, you can't have that because your body doesn't digest it.
Shut the fuck up. We have canine teeth.
That's thank you. That is the first thing I tell people. Like we are designed to shred meat. Like
Yeah.
that is what it is. We have nails.
Yeah.
People mistake that these things could be claws. Ever been scratched by? Look, that's from a nail.
Yeah.
It literally ripped into my skin down to like
Humans
the
were
white
made
part.
to dig
Like,
into
we
flesh.
can kill things
Yeah.
with what we have.
Things that were made to dig into flesh all have nails or claws. Same thing.
Yeah.
Teeth, sharp teeth.
That sharp teeth
Yeah.
to shred things.
Yeah. A cow doesn't have sharp nails or sharp teeth because they're not meant to
It's
do
just
that.
for grass.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so it blows me away. And not only that, my favorite is like they're like it takes forever to digest. That's the benefit of protein.
Yeah.
That is literally
You want it to be slow
'cause-
digested.
Yeah, so
You
now
don't want it to move through your
because now
system
you're not gonna be
fast.
hungry in 10 minutes and be like, damn it, I need to eat again. No, if you have a high protein diet, guess what? You're not gonna eat every fucking 5 seconds.
And it's crazy because every single one, unless like, I shouldn't say every single one, but I'm almost positive most of them, I don't like to generalize and say 100%, but 99% of people who are these plant-based vegan diet people, nothing wrong with it, but they're all this big. They're all skinny, they look thin, they're not built. I haven't seen one
most
Arnold
of them
Schwarzenegger looking guy
It's very rare.
who's super built and
then
jacked
the thing
like
is,
that.
people, and so like my biggest thing is I always tell people, don't try to come at me with an outlier as an argument.
No.
You have to get with me, show me statistical evidence.
Yeah.
And yes, there are people. We can find
There's
them
the
on Instagram
1%,
right now. Yeah.
dude. There's
we
the
can find them on
1%.
Instagram. There's
Mikey
really
Musumeci
jacked.
eats 1 meal a day and trains 8 hours a day. He's a 1%er. He's
Yeah.
a guy that's an outlier. Can the
It's-
majority of people do that? No.
They're gonna die. Like
Yeah.
it's just how it is.
Yeah, don't come
And so
to
it's
me
like
with
don't
that
come
shit,
with the
dude.
outlier, and that's the thing. And I tell people all the time, vegan's awesome.
There's
But
nothing
I
wrong
don't know
with
if you
being
heard me right
vegan.
away with Kendall right away. First question I asked her, I was like, "Are you vegan for ethical reasons or because you just like that's what you think is
Yeah.
the best option?"
Yeah.
First question. If they tell me that's the best option, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
If they're like, "No, ethically, I just don't feel right,"
There's
then
nothing
do
wrong
it.
with
then
being a
then
vegan.
accept it.
There's
Also,
nothing
that's
wrong with
cool.
it. If it
Follow
works
the
for
way.
you, I'm glad it works for you.
Exactly.
But don't tell me that I should switch my life and it will make
And
my
that
life
I'm
optimal.
unhealthy and all that.
Yeah,
Like, no,
that's
I'm
bullshit.
perfectly
You don't know what you're
healthy.
talking about.
I get my blood work twice a year.
Bro.
I'm healthy. I eat whatever, and then people will be like,
People
"But
don't-
that's your body." No, man. Like I've had hundreds of clients, and then I could show you other people that have hundreds of clients, people with thousands and millions of clients, and they get them to eat everything because it's all about how you balance.
But people don't want to hear that the one size fits all doesn't work. People, everybody's different. Your diet versus my diet versus Kendall's diet versus Ken's diet versus Fabu's diet. They're all different diets that work for different individuals. You can't say that Ken's is going to work identical for me or yours is going to work identical for me. It's different beyond for each person. But vegans have this tough concept in their head where they can't get past that. They're like, no, vegan is the way, it works for everyone. It's a general blanket. Bro, that's not true. And it's the same thing for the other side.
We've been
For
eating
people
meat
who
for
say,
thousands of years.
yeah, for people who say that carnivore is 100% the way to go. Bro, maybe for you it is, but for a vegan it's not.
I'm gonna tell
It
you
all
now,
depends
when
what
I've
you
tried a
want.
high fat diet where I lowered my carbs, or it wasn't keto, but I tried a higher fat
Yeah.
dosage. Man, I was inflamed and bloated.
Yeah.
And it was healthy fats. I was eating healthy fats. I would make sure it came either from nuts or olive oil, the certain butter. Like I would use things like ghee or certain types of like there's specific butter to use like that's better out there. But then it would also be mainly from fish, from my red meats. Yeah. So I was hitting plenty of protein and higher fat, but man, I would walk around inflamed and just sluggish.
And joints
But right
hurting.
once I boosted up my carbs instead and I lowered my fat ratio, for me it worked.
Yeah.
But that's also why when I work with a person, that's what I'm seeing. Hey, how are you feeling this week? Okay, you're feeling a little bit. How about let's flip it a little bit. Let's see if we lower the carbs a bit, raise your fats. Oh,
And
you're feeling great. That works for you, but
And
that
that's
doesn't
one of
guarantee
the-
shit.
But that's one of the pitfalls of being vegan is that it's very carb heavy.
Heavy.
So it's
Heavy,
a lot of
heavy
time
in
spending
carbs.
inflamed and feeling sluggish and needing naps because your body needs time to process this stuff. Again,
And then
nothing
also
wrong
burning
with being a
through
vegan.
it, you have to it works if you're very active.
Yeah.
Because you're going to constantly be burning that energy.
Yeah.
But if you're not constantly active, you're vegan and you sit at a desk.
Yeah.
Man, you better have intense workouts because it is going to say. And not only that,
You need to supplement with certain minerals and nutrients too.
The calorie exchange that you get out of that, like if I'm eating a steak, man, I had a whole steak last night. Came out to like 300 some calories, but I got like 50 grams of protein.
Yeah.
Barely any calories in it. If you want the same amount out of a vegan diet,
you're gonna have
better
a lot.
drink a shake with it for one. Have a protein shake that's vegan friendly. And then the meals that you want, you're probably going to get like 20, 30 grams, maybe, but you're going to be sitting in high hundreds for calories. Yeah. I had a buddy that was vegan in the Marine Corps. And all he did, he made sure he worked out consistently to balance out that ratio of calories in, and then...
People don't understand, man. It's when I see these things online, I'm just like, this is how I know you really don't know what you're talking about, because you're making those kinds of statements. Yeah. And shit like that makes me so upset, because
usually that goes for anything.
Just give your say on it. Give your personal opinion on what works for you. But don't say that, oh, all these bodybuilders, all these workout guys, they have to all go vegan, or they all have to go carnivore, or they all have to go this or that. Bro, when you make these blanket statements, it just shows me that you're a moron, that you don't know that humans are different.
That's where most arguments go. If you are someone who cannot listen
to the other side, and actually listen. I'm not saying like let them speak and then all right, now I get my say. No, listen to what they're saying. Like what I tell everyone, I macro track. Right? The reason why I macro track is because it works with keto. You can do paleo, you can do carnivore, you can do vegan, you can do whatever diet, but no matter what, you have to know the amount of calories you're taking in, the amount of protein you're taking in, and carbs and fat. Because if you overeat, you overeat. I don't give a shit what diet you're on. If you're overeating, you're overeating. You're gonna get fat. Like that's just how that math doesn't change.
Math doesn't change, and that's where macro tracking works. But people will still be like, "Oh, that's not the right way to do things. You have to be vegan." You can be vegan while macro tracking. You're like, you can do it all, but it's like all these diets out there. I'm like, bro, just if it works for you, I am very happy it worked for you.
Yeah.
But don't shit on other people. And it's the same thing with everything else. Just like with CrossFit. CrossFit came out, everyone hated CrossFit. Now, for a right reason, because a lot of people looked at it as a money scheme, got into it without any coaching experience, opened up a random storage facility. It was like, hey, come train with me, $200 a month. They get like 30 million people in there. They made rich, and then they hurt everyone, and then they left. That was it.
Bro,
now, people will still get mad at CrossFit.
You need to be a CrossFit coach. You know you need $1,000 to take the level 1 cert.
Yeah, I know. It's
$1,000 you take the level 1 cert, which the level 1 cert is a joke. I've seen the test for a level 1 cert. It's a fucking joke, bro. Really? You gotta be your average Joe could pass the level 1
I thought you
cert.
had to go out to like a whole entire area.
Yeah, you have to go to a place that's teaching the level 1 certification. You get it done, but the qualifications of being able to do it are not extensive or...
In all reality, that's all personal training certs.
No, I understand.
Personal training certs are not hard.
But then for you to then open up a gym and charge people $150, $200 a membership, and it's like, bro, you're just a Joe Schmo. Like, you're not even like jacked. You're just an average looking guy. If you just got it,
bro, like, please go get your mileage in. Go learn off of other coaches. Like,
I did CrossFit for 11, almost 12 years. And every time people would ask me in the gym, hey, what should I do? And I tell them, go talk to a coach. Because even with the time in, and a lot of those coaches, I've been doing CrossFit more than those coaches have. The owners were only doing it for like 8 years, 9 years. I've been doing it more than most people at that gym. But you're not going to come talk to me about it because I'm not the professional in this field. Yeah. And a lot of people, they don't have that in them to be humble, to be like,
they don't want to shut their ego down.
Yeah.
They
want to be like, yeah, I've been doing it 12 years. Yeah, ask me. I know more than this guy. Bro, I'm not the professional. I take a step back. I hand it off to professionals, bro. I don't pretend to know everything about everything.
If anyone ever asks me, like, bro, can you help come build my house? Nope. No. Like, I mean, I'll bring material to you. If you know what you're doing,
I'll be a hand. I'll be a hand.
That's it.
I'll be a hand. I want somebody there who's a professional, who knows what to do, who says, hey, do this, hey, put this, hey, do that. I'll be a hand. I don't mind being a working hand.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about and putting shingles down and roofing and all this shit.
I don't know any of that shit. That's not me. I'm not going to try that because I'll fuck up your house. You ask me to work on a car, you better coach me through that because, man, they're mechanics.
But people don't do that nowadays. People want to pretend like they're a specialist and everything.
Get a tissue. My nose is running.
No, but it's something that people do nowadays where they act like they're a professional and everything. And what they do in life, it just boils down to, oh, I did it for a little while, now I'm a pro at doing this. Bro, you got to put the time in, you got to put the miles in order to consider yourself a pro at anything. What is it, 10,000 hours they say?
Yes, become a master.
to become a master at something.
Dude,
But right
that's a
off the
lot.
bat,
That's a lot of
yeah,
time.
that's a lot of time. But people want to say, oh, after 2 years of doing jiu-jitsu, oh, I know things. I could be an online coach or an inspirational. Shut the fuck up. You've been doing this 2 years, bro.
I can get
People quit all the time. 2 years and, oh, I'm a blue belt, I'm a purple belt. Come to me for experience and blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. You haven't put the time in. You don't know what you're talking about, dude.
So this is where, because that's one of my favorite things. I train like 3 hours a day, right? Like,
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Without counting the weekend, let's say for some reason I'm just not counting weekends.
Okay.
15 hours a week.
Okay. Yeah.
52 weeks a year.
Yeah.
780. That is 1/8. That is
That's
1
1
year.
year. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's not counting
And
if you
these
get
people
sick, if you don't
online-
get injured
Yeah.
or anything.
But these
Times
people
that by
online-
2, 15, 60, like that's nothing.
But these people
compared.
online will only train 1 hour a day. Now do 1 hour times 365. Oh, well,
That's it.
1 times
That's
365.
That's it.
365 hours. That's if
no,
you train
That's if they every day.
every
train.
day. So let's take away
That's it.
52
5
weekends.
times 52. It's 260.
260. 260 hours, and after 3 years, you're coming in talking to me about shit. Shut the fuck up, dude. What do you know? What do you know, bro? And then people want to say like, "Oh, this is arrogance." This isn't arrogance, bro. It's time put in versus not time put in.
That's it. It's so I'm seeing a lot of people. So a lot of podcasts I listen to is obviously for entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And one of them that I was listening to, actually reading, I saw him make a post about it. He was just like, listen, all these people out here that are saying that they're the subject matter expert on business, if you are not pulling in more than $10 million a year profit, like profit for your business,
not
have,
overall.
Yeah, not overall. You have no reason to speak to someone, because what people don't realize is like when you're in the thousands, and even if you break into the $1 million, like in the sales departments, right? If you're selling items, that's not a lot, because then how much do you got to pay your employees? What about all the insurance costs? What about all the overhead just for like the warehouses, the products, to be able to have the insurance for everything that you're doing? What about your own paycheck? Now how much is your business worth? Oh, it's only worth a few thousand? And that's where this guy was like, listen, you shouldn't be going out telling all these business owners, if you're making $500,000 a year, that's a good amount. That's great. Like for you personally as a small business, but then who are you to go tell these massive corporations like how to build?
Bro, as a small business owner, let me tell you something. The best thing you could do in life is just be ears in the room.
Yeah.
Just be the ears in the room. You don't have to be talking about, oh, my business did this, or I'm doing this, or we're so profitable, or this. Shh. You are better off, and you will take more away from life if you are just the ears in the room. Bro, I don't talk about how great the gym does business-wise or anything like that. Me and Fabio have a comfortable living right now. We're doing well. But I don't talk about this in front of other people. I stay quiet, we do the work, and that's it. But you get these loudmouths who are like, my business has been around 4 years, and we're making this much, and we're doing this, and this is why we're successful, and blah, blah, blah.
Bro, you're in the
Be
beginning
the
stages.
ears in the room, dude. Just listen to what the other people are saying. And when I've gone with my cousin Steve to like when we go to Tennessee to check on our property, he's friends with a lot of these people who own like 30, 40 properties, like multi-million dollar properties. And I love just being the ears in the room. Like they'll be talking, having a conversation about, oh, this is doing this, or renters are now doing this instead. And I just like to sit there and listen to what they're saying and absorb as much as we can. Who am I to open up my mouth and be like, hey, I have a property, I have one. This guy has 40 of the same one I have. Why would I talk about anything?
He's going to look at you and be like, okay, I was there 30 years ago, dog. Like,
okay.
You're good. Like,
awesome, Junior.
Yeah.
Cool.
But a lot of people.
But people want to talk, bro. They want to boast about what they have.
They want to make themselves feel a lot
You're
better.
a jerk
than it
off.
is.
I'm sorry. In my opinion, you're a jerk off. When I sit there and I'm listening and I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing that. I'm like, you're a fucking jerk off.
This isn't also saying to not feel confident or happy about the progress you're making.
I'm not saying don't feel happy.
It's don't think that you are now in this position. Like for me,
you're not a 1%er. You're not the 1%.
No, you're not.
You're not a high
not
R.
there.
You're not. I'm sorry. Our business, we're not a 1%. And we've been around 9 years. I think we're the second longest. I think Marcelo has gone longer than us. They've been around 15, 20 years, something like that. But we're like the second longest running jiu-jitsu gym. And we don't, quiet. We don't talk about it. We work in silence. And that's a problem in not just the jiu-jitsu world, any sort of business where like whether it's donut shops or coffee shops, oh, we've been doing this and we do that. Just be quiet and do your product. If your product is good, it will stand above the rest.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that was actually something I was talking to a buddy of mine, not a buddy of mine, I actually just met him, but he's a barber. I went over there, got a haircut, and we're just talking, and he goes, bro, I've been doing this for a hot minute now. He goes, I don't even see barbering as like for haircuts anymore. He goes, it's a business opportunity. I was like, what do you mean? And I just want to know, because I've been doing personal training for 10 years, so like I understand that concept now. Like, and it was one of the, luckily when I got in, the guy that coached me in all personal training, again, I sat there taking all the information, him and his guys, collectively were personal training for almost 100 years, collectively, obviously, right? So decades of experience. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to absorb everything. But this guy said the same thing. He goes, it's not about the haircut. It's about my haircut. Yes, I have to be top quality. That gets more people to spread the word. They come and talk to me. But he goes, I started talking to people more about business opportunities.
Yeah.
He goes, now if I recommend someone somewhere, they get a discount there, but those people will now come back to me.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just a constant revenue stream that
It's
I'm
the
getting.
networking
And
of
that
it all.
all he's like, I build this. And it's the same thing in personal training. I get some results. Yes, that speaks for it, but it's not. It doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
I just like, cool, we're done.
No, that's
Like-
the advertisement for the next group of people.
I need them to keep going, and it's the same thing. It doesn't. I don't have to be the loudest. And if you're the guy that runs the contract company I work for personal training, put one advertisement out.
Yeah.
He has it plaqued out. He ran it for 1 month. Ever since then, took it down because he goes, that brought me zero business.
Nothing.
Took it down, and he was just like, you know what? I'll keep it plaqued out.
Bro.
But since then, he has been in business for decades, and it's been nothing but word of mouth because of how well everyone functions, the type of people he hires,
when
the
you're
quality.
when you're in a small city, and Fort Myers is a small to medium sized city,
We're
it's
growing,
not big.
but it's not. It's
Word
not.
of mouth is worth tenfold. You
Yes.
can make all the Instagram posts you want. You can make all the Facebook posts you want. We do it for the gym. We don't overly do it. We probably do it less than we should. But you can make all the posts you want. It doesn't mean shit compared to the word of mouth of, oh, bro,
Because then
you
if they
should
show
go.
up and it's trash,
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter. Oh, just go down the street where there's another great gym.
Yeah.
There's plenty of great gyms in the area. But the problem is that people think that, oh, if I spend $100,000 in advertising, I'm gonna see that money back tenfold, and it doesn't work
that's
that
not
way.
how.
bro.
That's not. You have to
Doesn't work.
solidify
the
the
quality
product.
of your
Yeah.
product has to
that
matter.
comes in.
That's why you want to know it's the best show when it comes to like business and marketing, like TV show series, is Breaking Bad. Have you ever seen Breaking
I
Bad?
haven't, no.
Breaking Bad.
A lot of people are going to shit on me. I haven't
No,
seen
it's
it.
fine. Breaking Bad is a show that will. It's not just a show. Of course, it's for fun. They show you like, oh, the drug world, and it's supposed to be an enjoyable show. But the meaning behind it of like backing your product and how much your product means and the quality of your product is a business layer there. There's a business layer where it shows it matters more that our product is 100% clean versus just making the most money by putting the bullshit out
Yeah.
there.
So
your
you might
product
get
matters.
that big jump in the beginning, but you're not going to last.
No.
So now you don't have a revenue stream that lasts.
No,
That was
and your reputation is on the line.
Yeah.
His reputation in the show Breaking Bad is what brings him to the top level of that game when it comes to the drug world. But it's a metaphor for business. All businesses, your reputation is
And
everything.
that's where people don't understand it too. And so I was talking to Mike, right? And Mike and I were having this whole discussion. I forget which CEO he was talking about this with, but they did a study. You know, like the personality test and all that, right?
Yeah.
So there's legit personality tests out there where you can really function, see where you would best fit, how you mentally think, and all of that. And CEOs and like the major crime lords, like the mafia bosses, the gang bosses, and all that.
They're very close together.
Very close. They run on the same level, and it's just they went two different paths.
Yep.
One went the legal way, which they end up doing things legally.
You think just because
See
you're a
that.
CEO, you're any different than the guy?
That
who's a
guy, he's
crime
running.
lord?
He's running a business.
El Chapo and
you tell me El
CEOs?
Chapo's not running a business?
El Chapo and CEOs are right next
That's
to
an
each other.
international business that he has for drug running.
Yeah.
That is international. He is everywhere. He is established. He has his business. He has his workers. He has a whole ranking system. He's bringing in billions of dollars, and they have to function it.
Yeah.
Not only that, they got the law on them.
Yeah.
It's like they're figuring it all out, but it's a business.
It's a business.
And people don't understand this, and they want to see all these things like they're going to be something different every time, too. That's what I've realized. It's like, and again, I'm new in the business world when it comes to running my own stuff. Like, there's a lot of lessons I learned. But what was the first thing I started doing? I literally was like 3-4 months in. I asked you questions. I went to Mike asking Mike questions.
But
I called the
that's
contractor. I
someone
was like,
who's
hey, I
smart.
want to sit down for lunch and I want to talk to you about
Yes.
business. right away I was like,
Bro,
I need to set all this up.
It costs you nothing to just, if you know a business guy, let's say you're a personal trainer business guy, it costs you nothing to be like, hey, after our next session, can we go grab lunch?
Yeah.
Can I treat you to lunch? Or can your personal training session be free and we could grab lunch after? Whatever the case may be.
And then people will see that like they miss money.
Yeah,
they
but the thing is,
money.
okay, so you shelled out 25, 30 bucks to treat a business guy to lunch after training him.
Now you're gonna make
but
thousands.
now that knowledge that you just spent 25 bucks for to sit there for an hour to learn from that guy for an hour, that would cost you thousands of dollars if you went to like some seminar by like, I don't know, name any of the motivational seminar people, any of the guys.
Any of them.
But it would cost you tenfold more. So you taking the step to be like, hey, Jim, after I train you, like, let's go grab lunch, man. I got to talk to you about something. I'll pay for your lunch. It costs you nothing but your time and 25 bucks.
And people mistake that initiative to put into it, too.
Yeah.
They think that they shouldn't have to put that much forward. It's like, no, you do.
No.
Like, that's the big part
And
of
trust
it.
me, those successful guys, they see that and they're like, I'll talk to this guy for an hour.
Fuck yeah.
I'll tell
You
him
just
my
asked me
experience.
how to make you successful? Like,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
And
because
if
you
they're
came
good,
up and asked.
Yeah, if they're good and they're humble about it, they're more than welcome to share the wealth. If they're a dickhead and like, I don't know, they have this family mentality, maybe you bump into those and they're like, nah, man, I don't want to.
But honestly, the majority, I haven't ran into,
majority are cool.
Luckily,
majority
the clientele
cool.
that I work with for training, and this is also what leads to the success and the mindset that I've had going through business as well. These people aren't like I tell this story all the time. He was my third client. Yeah, I want to say he was my third client that I signed up officially when I got into the contract world. Mm-hmm. He was the vice president of Nestle.
Yeah.
Vice president, VP. That's the type of clientele that these country clubs all locally have.
Yeah.
That's who's in there. And I was just training him. Saved him from having a surgery. That man will just divulge information to me.
Yeah. Bro, and it costs you nothing but your time and effort.
All I did was my job, ask him questions, and we had a good time. And off of that,
and I'm sure if you said to him, "Hey, I just have a couple of questions. Can I treat you to lunch and just pick your brain about it?" He would absolutely do it for you. And that's the mentality people have to get into. But the problem is with social media nowadays, everybody's prideful. They want to show they know it all, so they don't have the humbleness in them to take that step back and say, "Hey, can I do this for you?"
Like honestly, so the question like Fabio asked me today, why would I post that picture of myself? One, I'm not obese.
Oh, well,
right?
You should give backstory.
So I posted my progress photos of me losing some weight over
right?
30 days so far. I'm into my cut, right? We have competition in August, but it was actually I was planning to have my cut all the way into September. I still am, but I'm speeding things up right now because we have comp coming up at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But either way, I posted up my 30-day progress so far. And so this morning, I got asked, why would you post that photo of you? And the reason is because I want people to see where I start.
Yeah.
You see where I was. I'm not in the greatest shape. I'm not unhealthy by any means, but I'm not looking good.
No.
I'm not at my own standards. Some people would look at my before photo and be like, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But I'm not where I wanted to be. But I have no issue showing it because that one does, like, I don't care who you are. It takes courage to post up where you are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not like easy for me to be like, let me take this photo and fucking post it. Shit
Bro,
sucks.
I never take shirtless photos. You know me. I'm embarrassed about stretch marks that I had, like loose skin because when I was fat.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And once you
it's
post
not
it,
easy.
but I show people, this is where I start. We talk about it all the time. People
and
are
it's
so
accountability
afraid.
too.
It is.
It holds you accountable
holds me to that standard.
that like, oh shit, I posted this, so I got to keep this going.
I have to.
Yeah.
And that's it. But people are so worried about that judgment of not being where you think you're supposed to be. That's the thing.
I think it's people think that they always have to be at their top game.
Yeah.
Like, I always have to be living my best life or like that stupid shit. Yeah. Like, they always have to be
but
on
you're
top.
not going to.
No.
Like,
life is like this. Life is always ups and downs. It's never just a trajectory
And
up.
I've also gotten a lot better with it, too, because I would view things like that. Like, man, if I can't... Because that's what... I used to be very active on social media. I fell off because I was no longer at the top, and I was like, no one's going to want to see this.
Yeah.
And then
my workout post today that I haven't posted it yet, but I was doing overhead squats and I was like, you know what? Let me go for 205, and I put 205 and I had an overhead. I only got one squat, and on the second one I leaned forward too much, and the barbell came forward. But I was doing rounds of 185. Because that's like a good pace for me to do like three at that. So I did 205 and I failed it, bro. That doesn't mean like, oh, don't post the 205 failure. Post it. Let people see you fail. It's okay.
In 6 months to a year, you're going to be hitting more than 205 and be like, hey, for all you guys that think that, oh, this just happened.
Yeah.
No, watch me
If
when I
I
start.
erase the 205 footage and that shows to people, oh, the trajectory is always going up. No, I want to show people life is like this.
I'm
it's
trying.
ups and
you
downs.
have to make
bro.
the attempt, and that's
Yeah.
where it really starts. But that's where it's tough. It is hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. It's
but
not easy to
once
do.
you do it and you get comfortable with this uncomfortable feeling, it becomes easier to post your failures.
And then not
things
only
like
that, you'll realize that that's also what people want to see. Like
Yeah.
it's not just that people want to see.
Nobody
but-
wants to see you win
but-
all the time.
But you're also going to be more.
Yeah.
You're relatable, dude. Like me posting that, people see it. Because of that, I have more people questioning me now on what I am following. But if I stay leaning all the time, people will be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's easy for
It's
you.
nothing different.
Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, of course. You're already there. So
Yeah.
why
You're
wait?
always, this guy's always winning, and you're gonna have those haters out there who are like, he's failing, but he's never posting that he's failing. So when you post that, where it shows, hey, I have my own setbacks too. When you post that, it shuts those people up too because they realize,
What do you wanna say?
I can't say that he only posts his good stuff because there is.
they'll
bad.
always find something. I remember
They'll
the
always
first,
find
the first time I
something.
did that cut,
Yeah.
I had my massive cut last time I dropped all the way down to 155. I lost 45 pounds, right? Did it great. I was lean. I was strong. First thing everyone asked, also, what steroids are you taking?
Yeah.
Nothing, dude. And at that time, I was posting every meal
That's always
I had,
the cop-out,
every
though.
workout. Yeah, it's a
That's
cop-out.
always the cop out. It's
Because
like, you must be on
it's
steroids.
a check on themselves because
Yeah.
they realize that
They're
man,
too
I
lazy to
could've-
do it.
Yeah.
And they're not accountable. They're not holding themselves accountable to wake up to go to the gym at 8 a.m. Like, I'll sleep until 9 instead of waking their ass up and going.
Like, let me tell you,
That's
I'm not a morning
accountability on
person.
you. It says when you
hate
say stuff
mornings.
like that, it says
I
more
hate
about you than it says about the other person.
100%. Man.
Guys, that's it for this week's episode of Fresh Off the Mats. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next week for episode 47. We're rolling up on a year soon.
Don't be some hoes and share our shit.